St. Jan's Cathedral is our spectacular backdrop. Welcome to Den Bosch and the 2019 World Archery Championships. It's a fabulous city full of art and culture, but today it's all about top-class sport on Recurve Sunday. Well, it's pretty bright out there. A few clouds have just started to come over, but the sun is shining and it's already up at nearly 20 degrees. Good conditions for some big scores today. Coming up in this schedule, it's all about the team medals on Recurve Sunday. I'm Karen Bashir and I'm joined by former Canadian international archer Vanessa Lee. Are we going to get those big scores today?
I think we are. I can't think of better conditions for some big scores. The teams look ready to compete and I'm excited to see what they do today.
Well, it's a pretty packed out crowd here as we look down our 70-meter range. Coming up, it's the bronze medal match in the Recurve women's team event, and we'll see Great Britain go up against China. Well, the teams came through to this bronze medal match. Great Britain shooting a 1979 in the ranking round, taking out Germany in the quarterfinals before losing to Korea. China shot a 20.35 and were ranked second. They took out Ukraine in the quarterfinals before losing to Chinese Taipei. The losing semi-finalists have to shoot off against each other for the bronze medal. So let's go down to the range and welcome Great Britain and China out to the field of play in the Netherlands.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Women's Team Bronze Medal Match.
Well, Great Britain lead the teams out. 26-year-old Sarah Beatles, the 22-year-old Bryony Pittman, and the 35-year-old Naomi Folkard.
On target number 1, representing Great Britain, Sarah Battles, Naomi Folkard, Bryony Pittman. On target number 2.
Well, Great Britain face China. World number 5 in their team, the 21-year-old Zheng Yichai, Meng Fangzhu, and An Qizhuan. An Qizhuan is just 18 years old.
On target number 2.
Well, while the Chinese team announced the crowd, Vanessa, how does the Recurve team competition work?
Well, team matches are decided on set play scoring. Each set consists of 6 arrows, 2 per athlete. If a team wins a set, they get 2 set points. If they tie, that means they split the set points, 1 each. The team to 5 set points first wins.
Match is Céline Gravel.
Well, there is the coach for China. He's actually Korean, Lee Wang-woo, former Korean Olympic assistant, switched over to coach the Chinese team. The British coach, well, the British coach in the box is Sarah Smith.
That's not a doubt.
And the reason she's there is because the British team like a nice, relaxed feeling when they're shooting. Smith is a former Recurve international and a sports scientist.
Same as always, guys.
So here we go for bronze. Set number 1, and China on target 2 will shoot first.
That was a quick shot from Meng. She's adjusting her sight right after.
可以可以，没问题。 9
So 25 out of a possible 30. Bryony Pittman into the centre. Volkard going second for Great Britain, their most experienced archer in the middle.
菜，全部自信一下，啊，第一组没问题。
Yes.
Good start for Great Britain here.
Good job, guys.
Switch back over to China.
Oh, it's a high arrow for Zhang again, and she's still out to the left. You can see her making some adjustments.
左边。Thank you.
Meng still high up on the target. I'd love you to watch Anne's shot. I love how she continues to move throughout the entire shot and right through the clicker.
Well, a 48 out of a possible 60 means this is a big opportunity for Great Britain to score points early.
Keep pulling. Follow through to the middle. Nice. Great shot. Let's go, Noma.
Well, Great Britain could wrap up this set with an arrow to spare.
All passed. Check your string alignment. Nice. Good shot. Let's go, Sarah.
So the coach told her to check her string alignment. That's just another way to make sure that your shot is very consistent and that everything is in line.
Bit of a nervy one, but a 9 is more than enough to take the first 2 set points for Great Britain. And what a start they had with those 3 10s, Vanessa.
It was a fantastic start, and that's going to definitely set the tone for the rest of the match for them.
Yeah, it certainly did, and it put China under pressure. And here are the 3 10s. Pittman leading them out. What a great first arrow. Volkard right next to it. And then Bettles just coming off one of the other arrows, actually. I think that was pretty much going in the same spot too.
Yeah, I can't think of a better start for Great Britain. Unfortunately, this is not a characteristic of China, but the thing about set play scoring is that they can forget about the arrows that they just shot and reset for the second set that's going to come up.
Yeah, well, 2 set points to Great Britain, but we're down to 0-0 at the start of the next set.
No, you do your jelly. No, because it's the team jellyfish. I'm over here like... I do it like just by myself like... Baby jellyfish.
Well, the Great Britain team wanted Sarah Smith in the box because of her, well, they said to me, fun attitude. They want to be relaxed when they're on the shooting
like
line.
I can see Patrick and I can see Notty.
They're looking out at their fan base in the crowd. So they've got really relaxed. They're not talking about the archery at all. They're not talking about technique. They're talking about, oh, look, there's our teammates in the crowd.
I love that. They're at the World Championships shooting a bronze medal match. I think the best way to go about it is to really enjoy the moment, because this is a very, very, very special opportunity.
Well, China had a bit of a huddle themselves. they'll get us underway for the start of the second set.
Still out to the left. She's making vertical adjustments.
Right, that's the first 10 for them. That will lift their spirits.
Oh!
Nervy stuff from China here. Another big opportunity for Great Britain to put the pressure on.
Keep pulling. Follow through to the middle. Nice. Good shot. Got the snowman. Pull past. Check your string alignment. Nice. Good shot. Happy shooting.
They're almost like little verbal cues from Sarah Smith. It's almost part of the process for each archer. Well, that's the best of the first 3 arrows from Sarah Battles. And Great Britain have a 5-point advantage at the halfway stage of the second set, having taken both the points in the first set. Three big arrows required from China, a 9. Not too bad.
Okay, 向下 is 可以。
That was a quick shot.
Well, she's been the best archer on the team so far in this particular match. Meng Fangzhu.
Oh, there it is.
Well, they seem to be zoning in on the center of the target.
She recovered well from her 6 in the previous half of the end.
你再挑，这边。
Still a big opportunity
through
for
to the
Great
middle.
Britain in this second set.
Nice. Good shot. Let's go, Noma. Pull past. Check your string alignment. Nice, great shot. Let's go, Sarah.
Well, that takes the pressure off Sarah Battles. A 6 to share the points. Anything more, and Great Britain will have a 4-point lead.
Nice, good shooting.
And an 8 is more than enough. It's 4 set points to Great Britain. I'm not sure they can believe the opportunity that they've been given by the Chinese team. The first 3 arrows in both sets from China have not been their very best.
No, they haven't. And the thing is, Great Britain are probably not surprised with their own performance. They're performing really well right now, and I think they just trust each other. They're having fun, and they're believing in their own shot processes.
Well, China there, they started that second set with a 7, and then they got 2 10s in the final 3 arrows. In fact, it was a 9, 10, 10 for China. And have they started to find the center, and is it soon enough?
I think they have found the center. We'll have to see how they start out this next end. It needs to be strong if they're going to put any kind of pressure on Great Britain.
Yeah, and with China going first, Great Britain know what they have to do, because all they have to do in this set is match China. They don't have to beat them, they just have to get the same score to share the set points and get to that target of 5. really is packed out in the crowd here today in Den Bosch.
准备，不用中间。
Chinese team looking relaxed. You can see not a seat in the house. So China, fighting to stay in the bronze medal match, will start the third set.
Oh. Zheng finally has found the middle. After 2 9s and 2 7s, I think she's dialed in.
This is much, much better. The best start to a set for China, 28 out of a possible 30. How will Britain respond?
Keep pulling. Follow through to the middle.
Oh,
Brilliant. Nice.
That's the best shot from Great Britain so far.
she looks happy with that.
She's
I
got
would
a
be too.
smile on her face. The pressure must be enormous out there.
Fast. Check your string alignment.
Didn't look so happy with that one.
Let's go, Sarah.
Pulled over to the right.
You can feel where the shot's going to go almost even right before you shoot it.
Nice. Good shot, Sarah.
Good recovery there. But China have a 2-point lead at the halfway stage in this set. They can put it out of reach with their 3 arrows now.
That looked like a good shot. You can tell that there was no hesitation with it whatsoever.
A 10 now from China will mean that Great Britain have to score 3 10s to share the set points. But she's dropped it into the 8, so a 54 is a reachable target for Great Britain. They can get up to 56 with 3 10s.
Keep pulling. Follow through to the middle. Nice. Good shot. Let's go, Noma.
Right on the line there, but gets the higher score.
Pull past and check your string alignment. Nice. Good shot.
Right,
Let's go,
so
Sarah.
now a 10 required to take the bronze medal. Sarah battles to shoot this arrow for Great Britain. It's a 9, and China have started a comeback against Great Britain. They've taken the set by a single point, but they get their first 2 set points. They still trail Great Britain 4-2 in the bronze medal match here on Recurve Sunday.
Great Britain still shot an amazing end. Just with 1-7, unfortunately, they ended up dropping a couple too many points, but again, this is set play, so it's a whole new end and something can change.
Yeah, it's interesting here because there's lots of communication with the British team, but here, just a very few words from Lee Wang-Woo, the Chinese coach who is from Korea. The dynamic is very different. The athletes all talking to each other in the China camp with the coach standing behind. The athletes in the British camp are huddled around Sarah Smith.
I know Coach Lee, and he does have that tendency. He's kind of known to be a little bit further back, and he allows his athletes to have their conversations, and he'll be there for support if they need.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Well, you mentioned that 7 from Great Britain. Here we have it, Naomi Fulcard didn't look happy with that shot straight away, and then China's response was going straight into the center, and there is the high five of sorts to celebrate. They needed to respond, China. They've certainly done that. They trail by 2, so they'll shoot first in the final set here. Determined look on the face of Zheng.
Wow!
Cracker to start off the 4th set for China. That is a brilliant first 2 shots. .29 out of a possible 30. And the fight back continues for the Chinese team. How will Great Britain respond?
Keep pulling, follow through to the middle. Nice, good shot. Let's go, Noma.
Well, only an 8. China will definitely lead at the halfway stage of this set.
Nice,
Ooh,
great shot.
excellent.
Let's go, Sarah.
Catch the flight of the arrow, that one going high, and it's a 3-point lead for China at the halfway stage, and again they can put this one out of reach of Great Britain, and if they do, the scores will be tied up at the end of the regulation sets.
Excellent shooting from China. They're really putting the pressure on Great Britain.
And they've just started to get a little bit more vocal. Well, there you have it. The 58 is not a reachable target for Great Britain. So now it's all about going through the process. Whatever they do, it will be 4 set points each at the end of this set. This is now a rehearsal for a tiebreaker for Great Britain.
You still want to shoot these arrows. You want to make sure that you go into the last set feeling confident and that you're ready to execute good shots.
Full pass. Check your string alignment. Nice, good shot.
Second one high from Naomi Fulcard. It's marked with an asterisk, which means it will go to a measure. Could be potentially marked up to a 9. And another high arrow. So a commanding performance from China in the 4th set brings us all level after the regulation 4 sets. And now the coach getting involved in a conversation with the Chinese team as we prepare for the tiebreaker. Vanessa, what are we about to see?
Well, when it comes to a shoot-off, each arrow shoots one arrow. The team with the highest total score wins. If they're still tied after that, then the team with the arrow closest to the middle wins.
So it's kind of like a mini end or a mini set, half a set.
Exactly. Every arrow is very important, and that's all each archer has to shoot.
香一点。
They're going to alternate shooting, so we'll see Great Britain, then China, or China, then Great Britain.
Well, China, we suspected, were starting to dial into the centre. Those first two arrows right next to the spider, that cross in the centre of the target. The grouping very, very good in all for a recurve team competition, shooting over 70 metres. Here's the closest arrow, 0.18 of a centimetre.
So I think in order to shoot a 10 at 70 meters with a recurve bow, the point of your arrow has to be within the diameter of a ballpoint pen.
Still looking relaxed in the British camp as their teammates and fans in the crowd cheer them on.
Same as before.
You
Got
post.
this. Yes.
Sarah Smith still very, very relaxed. It doesn't feel like it's a medal at a World Championships at stake. As you can see, the targets are being replaced for this shoot-off. Important that the targets are clear and that the measuring devices used are all aligned properly. And there in the middle, the flat cap is, there you go, the British flag being raised. Come out in support, but standing up just behind that flag was one of the Chinese delegation. Bryony Pittman has shot really well here. Just dropped into the 8 a couple of times. But she kind of sets the tone for the British team shooting first.
She does, and it really sets the momentum for every set. When your first archer is shooting well, all you have to do is really believe in them and just kind of try and repeat what they're doing.
So here we go. It's time for the tiebreaker in the recurve women's team bronze medal match. Who is going to be on the podium later on today? Will it be China or Great Britain? Solid start from Zheng Yichai.
Keep pulling. Follow through to the middle.
Didn't
Good
look
shot.
as happy as she has done. She's dropped that one into the 8. It's a good height. Hand over to Meng Fang Zhu.
It's a good group just out to the left.
Promising for China. Naomi full card.
Pull past. Check your string alignment. Nice.
Full card puts it into the 10. We're all square after 2 arrows. This bronze medal match has come down to just 2 arrows. First up, the 18-year-old Ang Ki-Juan. Put it into the 9 just on the other side. So, a 9 is what's required here because Great Britain already have the closest arrow to the centre. Sarah Bettles. Where's this going to go? It's gone into the 9! Great Britain had a fabulous start. China fought back to draw level. It went to a tiebreaker, and Sarah Bettles needed a 9 to take the medal, and that's exactly what she got.
Absolutely incredible. I can't think of a higher pressure situation for her. She performed under pressure, and I can't... Look, she just looks so happy.
What a match that was to start things off on Recurve Sunday. There is confirmation from the target judge that Great Britain have taken the bronze medal here in Den Bosch in the Netherlands. Brilliant performance from them. They wanted Sarah Smith in the box, and there she is, front and centre, looking very delighted. But the medalists Bryony Pittman, Naomi Fulcard and Sarah Bettles have done it for the British team.
Over the past couple of years, they've really been revamping their whole system, and I can really see that they're reaping the results.
A warm round of applause for the Chinese team, who are departing the field right now as Great Britain confirmed as the bronze medalist here in the Recurve women's team event. We'll see them a little later on in the medal ceremony. And it was an incredible match. Great Britain being given an opportunity at the start. Pittman throwing that first arrow, a really good first arrow, and Naomi Fulcard following. Sarah Bettles gets it in the 10 as well. That was a fabulous start to that first set. China, well, they wobbled in the first two sets, certainly at the beginning, opening the door, but then they zoned in on the centre, and this was the stray 7 from Naomi Fulcard that opened the door as China started to dial into the 10s. But Sarah Bettles needed that 9 to take the medal in a tiebreaker, and that's exactly what she got. And a bit of relief. Did we do it? Did we do it? Yes, we did. And the winning celebrations there from the British team, and look at the reaction from their teammates.
There's the men's team. Alex Wise really being vocal. I love that.
That's what it means at these World Championships, and it's been a good one for Great Britain. Now it's time for the gold medal match in the Recurve women's team event. 70 metres, let me tell you, it looks a very long way when you're standing on the shooting line.
So, Karim, 70 meters is the wingspan of 2 Boeing 737 airplanes.
Well, we've got Korea versus Chinese Taipei, shooting over those plane wings. Korea came through the ranking round as the top seeds. Chinese Taipei were third. Korea beat Russia before taking out Great Britain in a strong semi-final for them. Chinese Taipei, well, they came through the quarterfinals and the semi-finals strongly against Belarus and China. So we have Korea up against Chinese Taipei for the gold medal here in Den Bosch. And this is the same Korean team that won this medal in 2017. Let's go back down to the range.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve women's team gold medal match.
Korea lead out the teams for this title match. Kang Chi-young, Choi Mi-sun and Chang He-jin.
On target number 1, representing the Republic of Korea, Chang He-jin, Choi Mi-sun, Kang Chi-young.
Defending champions, Korea.
There's So Chae-won, compound archer in the crowd.
And here come Chinese Taipei, shooting on target number 2.
Representing Chinese Taipei, Lei Qingying.
So Lei Chen-ying Tanya Ting and Pen Chiamao. And Lei and Tang were part of the Chinese Taipei team that won the bronze medal in the team event at the Rio Olympics. So no mean feat for Korea here up against a very strong team.
No, this is going to be an incredible match with some great shooting. They're world ranked number 1 and 2 in the world. I think we're going to see some great shooting here. That coach is actually Coach Yu Soo-jung. I had the amazing opportunity to train with her in Korea, and I think the team really responds well with her.
So we're preparing for the gold medal match here in the recurve women's team. Shooting on target 1, Korea will get us underway.
Quick shot from Kang, and she's just sighting right now.
Well, off to the left for the 22-year-old Choi Mi-sun. Making some adjustments by the looks of things. World number 4, Chang, to shoot third. Looking relaxed. That's a lovely sighter.
Wow. This is a great opening for Chinese Taipei.
Brilliant start. A perfect 30. World number 1, Kang.
She's still a little bit high, and there she's just adjusting her sight.
So a 53 out of a possible 60 is a great score, but the quality these days is so good. Will it be enough?
She smiled after that. It was a little bit of a longer hold. I feel like she tried to pull it through a little bit with too much strength.
Okay.
Solid shot from Lei, the 29-year-old. And just like that, Chinese Taipei have taken the first set, 56 to 53. Korea didn't have a bad start, but what a brilliant start from Chinese Taipei to lift the nerves in the gold medal match.
Really great start from Chinese Taipei. They have very strong archers. They're young, but a whole lifetime worth of experience and talent.
Yeah, great start from Tanya Ting for Chinese Taipei. They saw an opportunity and Tan put it into the 10, and then Lee followed suit with an even better one. And Peng, the lowest ranked of the Chinese Taipei athletes, follows suit. It was just a superb start for them.
I think it's interesting they have Peng in the last shooting position. Tanya Ting and Lei are just incredibly strong archers, particularly at the moment. So maybe that's just their strategy. They want to give her a little bit of confidence by setting the tone with their arrows first.
Yeah, Tan currently the world number 2 individually. Lei, the world number 22. And you switch over to the Korean team, and they've got Kang as the world number 1 and Choi as the world number 21. But they've got Chang in the lineup as well, who's the world number 4. They're trailing right now, and they need to dig deep on those reserves and experience and former success. So Korea, trailing by 2 points, will shoot first in the second set of this gold medal match in the women's recurve team event.
So I want you to take a look at Choi Mi-sun's neck. She just has a little bit of tape there, and that's just to keep her tab from scraping her neck, because she has a very tight anchor. This is just not characteristic of the Korean shooting.
They don't look like they feel bad about their shot, so aiming or sighting is not quite right.
So when you come off the line and you're communicating to your other teammates and your coach, you have to talk about whether it was a good shot or a bad shot, or if maybe there was wind and all these other factors. So I think they're trying to figure it out right now.
Well, they need to figure it out quickly, because Chinese Taipei are shooting really well here. And that is a lovely shot from the 22-year-old Peng. Kang Ji-young, the world number 1, has to find the center. Well, that's better. It's a bit closer than her first arrow, but it's only a 9. And we'll see that bit of tape you mentioned, Vanessa.
You can also see on her face she has a very distinct line. Her strings can go there every time. That's more like it.
Well, 52 in the second step for Korea after shooting a 53 in the first. That wasn't enough. Big opportunity for Chinese Taipei to pull out a 4-point lead here. Tanya Ting into the 10. Lee can really take the pressure off the number 3 on the Chinese Taipei with a good shot here. Oh, another 10.
They're on fire.
They really are looking strong. Five to draw level and share the points. Anything more, and Chinese Taipei will be 4-0 up. That's a 9. That's enough. 56 plays 52, and Chinese Taipei are 4 set points up in this gold medal match. They're looking so relaxed, Vanessa. I mean, here it's all now just about getting the same score as Korea to get to the target of 5 set points to take the world title. But I wonder what's going on in the other camp.
They look like they're trying to stay relaxed. They look a little bit more serious in the start of the match. I think they're just reassuring each other that they are going to make some good shots.
Yeah, the Chinese Taipei team just looking so calm and cool, talking with coach. Well, it started the set with an 8 and a 9, but then they just dialed in on the center, and Tanya Ting and Li Chenying really took the pressure off Peng Chia Mao, who shot a 9 to take the set points. Smooth, calm, cool, collected. Peng, wow, she looks a little concerned, but there's no need to be. All the pressure is on Kang and the Korean team. She stares down the 70-meter range. Korea will get us off the mark in this third set, and they need a very big score to put some pressure on Chinese Taipei.
Yes! That was a good shot. Almost hit the spider.
Korea making a match of this. They look like they've zoned into the center as Chang steps up for their third arrow. Well, they needed a big score, a 29 out of 30. How will Chinese Taipei respond?
Yeah, Joe.
Two 10s required, otherwise Chinese Taipei will be trailing at the halfway stage.
Longer hold, and again, a long hold often goes up higher because they're trying to force it through the clicker too much.
Yeah, Joe.
So 3 9s. They trail just by 2 points at the halfway stage, but Korea can put it out of reach with these 3 arrows. A second 10 from Kang in this set.
Just a bit high, but it was still a good shot.
Yeah, still making little adjustments, Choi, there, but Chang here can put this one to bed with a 10. And she's put it in the X-ring, a brilliant shot under pressure. Korea will be on the scoreboard with these set points, but they'll still trail going into the final set. Chinese Taipei need to get back into the center with these 3 arrows. Good start there from Tanya Ting.
That was better timing than her previous arrow, and again, it went right in the middle.
I should be a little disappointed with that one, but that's her only real stray arrow, Peng. And whilst Korea have got 2 set points and they're on the board, Chinese Taipei are still, you'd rather be in their position, right?
I think so, because all they have to do is tie a set in order to win. And I think the pressure is really on Korea right now. They're just trying to keep each other calm, trying to remind each other that they are very good shooters and all they have to do is stick to their process.
Coach giving a few words of advice, and here are the Korean arrows from that set and that grouping of 4 10s, very close. A couple of high 9s though. They'll want to get rid of those, I'm going to call them errors, but I mean, they're 9s. We're shooting over 70 meters. Incredible stuff.
They're still good shots, and I don't really know why they might be high. There's a lot of different reasons why an arrow might go high. It could be shooting balance between left and right, or bow hand, or shooting it a little bit strong.
우리는 우리 것만 하자.
Coach just saying, let's focus on what we're doing.
They look pretty determined, staring down the range, waiting for the buzzer to go off of the countdown clock. Here we go, the 4th set of this gold medal match here in Den Bosch. Korea trailing by 2 set points. Need to get off to a good start. Concerned look on the faces of the Korean teammates. Chang has recently been shooting very well. She only gets a 9 as well. So this will give Chinese Taipei some comfort. An opportunity has presented itself here. Oh! But they go into the 8. The nerves are building. Just heard the coach making a comforting sound. Good shot. And Peng again gets back into the middle. Chinese Taipei have a mini lead here at the halfway stage of the final set. Kang Che-young really needs to show why she's the world #1 right now. That's a good shot from her. Over to Choi Yi-sun.
Oh!
Just going up into the 8.
It's very uncharacteristic of her. I think they really need to be putting pressure on Chinese Taipei right now, and it's not happening.
Chang Hee-jin. And she puts it into the 10. A target of 54 set for Chinese Taipei. They just need to match that. They've got wiggle room of 3 points here.
That looked like a great shot, excellent timing, and just executed right until the end.
So still got that 3-point comfort zone. An 8 is more than enough. A 9 to take this. Peng shoots a 10 to take the world title for Chinese Taipei, and a look at the joy. It was an uncharacteristic, nervy start from Korea. Perhaps their sights weren't quite right, but boy, Chinese Taipei started so well. A fight back from Korea in the 3rd set, but Chinese Taipei came back in the 4th. They are the world champions.
A very young team, but so much talent. They have a lot of experience, and They're just like ecstatic right now. They must be very happy with their shooting.
And there is confirmation from the target judge that Chinese Taipei have taken the Recurve Women's Team World Championship title here in Den Bosch. Look at the generosity from the Korean team. They'll be upset with their levels here in the gold medal match, but sincere and hearty congratulations from Kang Choi and Chang for Li Chenying, Tan Yeting and Peng Chia Mao, who are the gold medalists.
There's a lot of camaraderie in this sport, and actually Chang Ye-jin said she respects Lei out of any archer outside of Korea. She said that she really likes her shot and she has a lot of respect for her as an athlete. And Lei also expressed the same sentiments as well.
Well, Korea opened the door for Chinese Taipei early on, and the first 3 arrows, very uncharacteristic, but gave Chinese Taipei the opportunity, and boy did they take it with these 3 10s to start the match. They followed it up in the second end, arrows 3, 4 and 5 also all going into the center of the target, and they really piled on the pressure at that point. 4 set points up. We were waiting for the Koreans to strike back, and we had to wait until the third set where they put 4 10s into the middle of the target to take the set points. But Chinese Taipei fought back strongly, and Peng was brilliant throughout and put it into the 10 to take the world title. And the celebrations are there for all to see. Amazing stuff from all 3, and Peng played her part. Chinese Taipei are the world champions. Well, still a few clouds in the sky, but the Recurve women's team medals are done. Coming up, though, it'll be the turn of the men on Recurve Sunday. Well, it was an uncharacteristic start from the Korean team, but they will be on the podium with a silver medal, another medal at a World Championships for Korea. But you've got to say, Chinese Taipei shot so well, and they deserved to be standing on the top of the podium. In fact, we're about to see that ceremony just now. Let's go back down to the range for the... Oh, it looks like, actually, looking over, they aren't quite ready to come out. Again, media commitments. Everybody wants to have a chat with the newest world champions. We talked about good conditions for high scores, but how can you explain the start from Korea there? Was it just aiming off?
I really can't. One thing I can think about is that the practice range is quite a distance away from the finals field, and their orientation is a little bit different as well, so maybe they just had a hard time adjusting.
Well, it looks like we are now ready to celebrate the medalists in the Recurve women's team event. Let's go down to the range.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Recurve women's team. Dames en heren, jongens en meisjes, hier is de medailleceremonie voor de categorie Dames Team Recurve. Medals will be presented by World Archery Board member. De medailles zullen worden overhandigd door World Archery bestuurslid Vladimir Recurve. The gifts will be presented by Noord-Brabant Province Vice Governor. De cadeaus wordt overhandigd. Gedeputeerde namens de provincie Noord-Brabant, Marianne van der Sloot. Bronze medal, representing Great Britain.
It was a brilliant bronze medal match, and it was taken by Great Britain. They had to come through a tiebreaker, cheered on by the men's team there, still in strong voice. Sarah Bettles on the left, Naomi Fulcard with her bags of experience in the middle. And the biggest smile of the lot from Bryony Pittman. Medals were presented by World Archery board member Vladimir Ishev. This is the Vice President of the district province. We're in North Brabant, Marianne van der Sloot, handing out the strip waffles.
Silver medal, representing the Republic of Korea. Zilveren medaille.
Well, it was an uncharacteristic start for these three, and that set the tone for the match. Korea, usually so dominant, really didn't get off the mark here. But they'll take the silver medal in 2019. Chang Hye-jin, Choi Mi-sun, who shot very well herself. And the world #1, who had an off day, you have to say, Kang Chae-young. Opportunities present themselves regularly in the sport of archery, and it's all about the response.
Gold medal and world
What
champion.
a response it was from Chinese Taipei, starting the match with 310s. Set the tone for them, and they maintain consistency throughout. That consistency had taken them to this gold medal and the world title. Lei Chen-ying, Peng Chia-mao, who shot beautifully throughout the final. And the world #2, Tanya Ting, rounding them off. Brilliant performance from these three athletes. There we have confirmation. Lei Chen-ying, Peng Chia-mao and Tanya Ting are the Recurve women's team world champions. And now it's time. Chinese Taipei anthem.
Chinese Taipei. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause to our athletes. Dames en heren, zet Den Bosch. Nog een keer een groot applaus voor de top 3 van de wereld.
Well, there we have it. Confirmation of our medalists here in Den Bosch in the Netherlands. Great Britain with the bronze medal, Korea with silver, and there in the middle, Chinese Taipei with the gold medal and the world title. They were absolutely superb in the final. Vanessa, what do you say about that performance?
Yeah, they were brilliant today. They shot very strong from the start right until the finish.
Strong performance throughout. Korea did have a fight back, but it was too little too late to get the photo opportunities. It's going to be tricky for some of the photographers. Half of them are in bright sunshine, the other half are shadowed by the trees here. I think those smiles are going to be on the faces for a very long time to come. Well, it's been a brilliant start to Recurve Sunday. Packed out crowd being entertained. Not quite the high scores we were expecting, but the pressure of world medal matches is very high indeed.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will have...
That young man has just spotted himself on the big screen. Oh, that's his brother jumping in to get in the limelight.
For Queen Elizabeth today here on Hyundai World Archery Championships.
And as you can see,
Den Bosch.
it is a really bright day today. I wonder when we're going to start seeing those big scores. No wind at all on the range. It does make for high scores. So far, the nerves have played their part here. And we haven't got the big scores, but we've had a great performance from Chinese Taipei. And here's the mid-session entertainment from a top secret band, so I'm told. But Chinese Taipei got a big opportunity, and I think we've got them for a very quick interview. Let's go down to the range.
Congratulations, lady. Tanya Singh, this is the first Recurve World Champion title for Chinese Taipei. What does it mean to you?
是说这次恭喜你们，这次是第一次我们拿到世锦赛的冠军，所以你觉得如何？发表一下感言。
我觉得很开心，对，因为其实我觉得我自己的状况就是没有很好，但是我在场上也有在调整自己的状况。那同时我也很相信我的队友，就是就算我状况不好，他也可以就是 cover 我这样子。对，所以我觉得就是能够拿下这一面奖牌，其实我觉得大家都非常努力，因为我们一直都为了这个比赛在做准备，所以我觉得非常开心，也很感动。
So they say it's great. He like they win this game, and especially right now he is not a good situation, but he still try to adjust himself even on the court. And then mainly they got the support from the teammates. That's why they become a great team, and then they can win. And then they work very hard for this game all the way, so they feel very exciting.
Lei Xinying, you had a 4-0 lead very fast. What was in your mind at that moment where you had the lead?
Lead.
4-0 advantage.
他是说就是一直我们都是在领先的地位。那你觉得在领先的状况上有什么想法 ？You mean lead the team? What do they think about that?
其实我觉得虽然我们的状态是在领先的，但是其实我们在领先之余，我们还是一直不断的在调整我们这个场地的风向跟我们每一个人的弱点，然后互相去做调整跟那个情报的交换这样子，然后让我们能够一直坚持到最后一趟，然后拿下这个胜利这样。
So they say even they are in a leading situation, but they still try to adjust because the wind and the situation change a lot. So they still adjust, and then they also change the information between each teammate. So that's why they try to hold on until the last moment. That's why they can win.
And Peng Chi Mao, that last moment was you. You shot the winning arrow. How did it feel when that arrow landed in the middle of the target?
他说你是最后一个射最后一支箭的，所以你有什么感受？就是算是关键那一箭。
哦，其实我觉得不管是哪一支箭，我都是就是用我自己应该要做的去做，然后可能最后一支真的稍微有一点紧张，可是我还是把自己的力量啊、动作把它做到最完美。
So he said, indeed, his last arrow is a little bit nervous, but he still tried her best. So he tried to use his power and the strength, use the same situation to shoot the last arrow. Finally, she do a good job. Yeah.
Thank you, ladies. Congratulations again.
Well, incredible stuff there. Tan saying that she wasn't really on form and needed to rely on her teammates. Lei saying that when they had the lead, they had to stay focused. And then Peng, well, finishing off by saying, I just had to stick to my process for that final shot. Brilliant stuff from the world champions. This session is all about the women's and men's team matches, but we'll start this afternoon with something very special. The Dutch going for gold in the mixed team event. We had a chance to talk with the two Dutch archers, hoping to delight the home crowd here in Den Bosch.
The championships to me mean that it's like a hometown championships for me. So I feel at home, and it's just been really fun to shoot here.
I think that we can have a really good opportunity to win. We shoot good together. We feel comfortable with each other. I feel like we can do something good.
Yeah, I think we will have to bring our A game, and we sort of have to hope that Korea brings their B game. But I think if everything fits in the final, we'll get a good chance. Yeah, for me, I think the last end that we shot, that was when it really struck me that we had a shot at going to the gold medal match, and I think that made it more awesome feeling for me when I managed to get the last arrow into the tent, because it was just like the moment I released it, I knew it was good enough, and that just felt like a big relief, but also like a big wave of joy.
I've shot here together. We have our national championships here, and I really like it. It's not, now it's bigger and now we have more things around it, but I feel like we know the field, know the circumstances.
I'm going to channel my inner Mexican and embrace the loudness.
No, I feel like that because we're here, there's going to be a lot of people cheering for us, and that's going to give us security, and that's going to feel like at home, you know, like we're at home.
It definitely means something if we win here, because it's a home crowd, and you want to deliver a good show to the home crowd. But I feel pressure, but I don't feel extra pressure because of that. I mostly feel pressure because I just want to perform well and fire good shots. And in that aspect, it's not different from any other final that I've shot.
We deserve the title. We are here. We're in the Netherlands. We can, yeah. It will be something really awesome.
I think the key to winning the match is to just keep on doing what we're already doing, and yeah, like I said, bring our A game and hope for the best.
Yeah. Just shoot tens. That's the game. Yeah. Just shoot tens.
Well, there you go. Gabby Bayardo and Chef Vandenberg. They will be competing in this afternoon session as a pair in the mixed team gold medal match. In fact, we're going to get a chance to see Chef Vandenberg in this session, as he is part of the Dutch men's team who are going for a medal. This, though, is the fabulously named Top Secret Drum Corps. Now, let me tell you, The lady sitting next to me, Vanessa Lee, is an expert in archery, but you also know a thing or two about drumming. You know the difference between a normal drum roll and a paradiddle, is that right?
That's right, a paradiddle. I didn't know you knew that. So paradiddle, you go left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Exactly. And I think there's a lot of parallels between drumming and archery. You know, you need to be precise, you need to be very consistent, and I think quality practice is key.
Yeah, well, these guys are certainly very quality, and they must have done an awful lot of practice. They came to Fane in 2003 when they were invited to the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, and they've travelled the world ever since. They were, just moments ago, drumming with sticks that were on fire, which is something I don't think I've ever seen. Have you ever drummed with your sticks on fire?
No, I don't know if anybody would trust me with anything on fire, to be honest.
Well, they're about to parade out as the crowd give them warm applause. Carrying the flags of the province, the city, and of course these World Archery Championships. Well, the mid-session interval is all but over. Coming up now, it's the bronze medal match in the Recurve men's team event. Shooting over 70 metres next will be Korea and the Netherlands. Well, these two came through the ranking round as 1 and 2 seeds. Korea beat Great Britain confidently in the quarterfinals before losing to China. The Netherlands, well, they beat Kazakhstan in the quarterfinals but lost out to India in the semi-finals. So we will have Korea up against the Netherlands for bronze. A couple of the Korean team were in the team for the gold medal winning performance at the Rio Olympics. That's Lee Sun-young and Kim Woo-jin. The Dutch team boast team silver medalists from 2013. So a match that perhaps we'd expect for gold is actually for bronze. Let's go down and welcome Korea and Netherlands out onto the range.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve men's team bronze medal match.
Well, here they come. It's Korea leading them out. Kim Woo-jin, Lee Woo-suk and Lee Sun-young. Lee Woo-suk is the world number 1, Kim Woo-jin the world number 4, and Lee Sun-young the world number 14. That's one strong team.
Yeah, if there's any team that you kind of don't want to shoot against, it's Korea, but they're really going to put some pressure on Netherlands, and I think Netherlands will do the same. It'll be a good match.
It'll be a good match, and we can tell you it's going to be a vocal one with the Korean coach in the box.
Yeah, that's Park Jae-soon. He is an incredible person inside and out. He knows archery so well, but more importantly, he's just a fantastic person.
Well, here come the Dutch team, and there go the crowd with the biggest cheer so far today. Steve Weiler, the world number 2, leading them out. Rick van der Ven, the world number 22 in the middle. And the man we just heard from, Chef Vandenberg, the world number 7.
You know, here's another team you kind of don't want to shoot against. They're very strong. They all work very well together, too.
Namens Nederland, Chef van den Berg. Rick van der Ven. And Steve Weiler.
That is a strong team too. And they've got the crowd behind them as well. There is Ron van der Hof, a 2-time Olympian, standing in the box for the Dutch team, known on the circuit as the Hof.
I just saw the Dutch team right before the match, and they look very focused. But here you can see that the Korean team are really determined, and I think we'll have a good match here.
And that's not the last we would have heard. We'll hear from Pak Jae-soon, the coach, in the Korean box. Right, we said we were expecting big scores because of the conditions. Surely that's what we're going to get here. Korea shooting on target 1 will go first in this bronze medal match. And it's Kim Woo-jin to get us off the mark.
Right in the middle to set the tone for the rest of his teammates.
글립 잡고 글립. 자, 오전 해줘. 그렇지. 바로 연결. 잘 나와야지.
Lee Woo-sik also in the 10.
붙이면 넥스트냐.
So 3 10s from Korea to start this match. The promise of a high score is here already. Steve Weyer steps up for the Netherlands. Well, good recovery. Van der Ven. Chef Van den Berg puts it right next to Van der Ven's 10, but they trail by 3 at the halfway stage, and it's back to Kim Woo-jin. It's a solid grouping, isn't it?
It is. I want you to just take a look at Liu Suk's anchor here. He is quite unique, and actually a lot of people think they all draw and shoot the same, but all 3 archers shoot very differently.
바로 연결. 붙이면 넥스트냐.
The 10 here will put this one out of reach for the Dutch team. Just pulling away, saw him moving his bow away from himself. So a 9 is what salvaged from what he didn't feel was his best shot. 3 10s required from the Netherlands to tie this set.
Excellent shot from Steve. I think he's feeling a little bit better after that 7, and he's going to be dialed in.
Well, they need 3 10s after a shaky 7 from Steve Weyer to start the Dutch 6 arrows off. And after 3 10s from Korea, the Netherlands have pulled it out of the bag and drawn level to share the set points. What a start to this bronze medal match.
Both teams shot 57, and the Netherlands shot a 7 to start off with and shot 5 10s. That's called a 57 the hard way.
It certainly is. A 7 from that man to start things off. And it was a sighter, the first arrow for them. Not the best score, but the communication from that point on within the Dutch team meant they all shot 10s from then on, including Steve Vai himself.
Yeah, it looked like a good shot for him, so sometimes you just need to sacrifice that first arrow and then move your sights and communicate about it, and then you know that the rest of your arrows are going to be good.
So if anything, the reaction from the Dutch team there is going to give them a lot of confidence.
I think so, especially for the second end. They're coming off of 5 10s in a row, whereas Korea shot 10 arrows, 10, 10, 10, and then followed it up with 3 9s. So a little bit different from the Dutch team.
Steve Vire there looking on. I'm sure these guys feel added anticipation and emotion shooting in front of the home crowd. They salvaged a point from the first set, so Korea will shoot first at the start of the second. This for the Recurve men's team bronze. Good 10 from Kim Woo-jin. Now, Vanessa, you talked about the anchor point here. What are we looking for? You talked about them all being different.
So typically you'll see an anchor point with a string touching the nose and the chin. With Liu Suk's anchor, you see it on the side, and he kind of leans his head into the string.
And it produces a 10. It's actually on the X ring.
Might not be like everybody else's, but it's the same every time.
And there we see Lee Xing-young with the string, as you said, on the tip of his nose.
It was Liu Suk's with the string on the side, and then Lee Xing-young does have it on the tip of his nose, which is a little bit more common.
Steve Vire started the first set with a 7. Starts the second with a much stronger 9.
And he knew that was a good shot. He adjusted his sight because he felt it should have gone in the middle.
Acht of een 9 rechts. Denk net erbij. Jazeker, rechts.
I think a slight overcorrection perhaps from Van der Ven.
Well, it could be. Definitely. I really don't know what happened. It looked like a good shot to me.
Chef Vandenberg put it back into the middle. But Korea have a mini lead. Tak Ji-sun, he is really entertaining with the shouting at his team. And another 10 from the military man. Great stuff from Korea. They've put this set out of the reach of the Netherlands, but the Dutch team will want to shoot these 3 arrows well as they prepare to go into the third set trailing by 2 points.
That was a great shot of Steve Weiler's string, just slightly starting to touch his nose and getting a little bit closer as the shot goes on.
First arrow was an 8. This one's a 9. And he makes a little adjustment.
And here's one of my favorite people in the world, Chef Vandenberg.
Puts it into the X ring, so 3 good arrows, despite knowing that they were going to lose the set points to Korea. You talk about process, and everyone has their own process. There's no right or wrong way, is there?
No, there really isn't. And everybody, you know, these are two perfect examples of two teams that shoot all really differently. The Korean team, you can see in their draw, one archer starts below and he'll kind of come up to his anchor. The second will start kind of a little bit more common, as other people would. And the last archer starts way up high and comes down into his anchor. It's all different as long as you believe in it and you repeat it.
Well, they were very, very strong throughout that second set, and they finished off with two brilliant 10s. And look at that grouping. Amazing stuff from Korea. And you're saying that Lee Shin-young comes from a high position. It's really working for him. He's shooting very well indeed.
He does. He talked about his form with me, actually. He said that in Korea, he might have the most atypical form when it comes to, you know, a typical quote-unquote Korean technique. But people say that is actually quite admirable because he shoots so well despite shooting so differently from other archers.
And there, Pak Chi-sun, the coach on the right, all smiles. You know, you hear him, when you hear him in the background, you don't necessarily see him. You think he's angry, he's cross because he's shouting all the time. But he's actually very cheery and he's actually being very supportive of the team.
He said as long as he's helping his archers even 1% with his cheering, he's going to do it no matter what.
Well, we don't want him to stop, and nor do they. We love it. The Dutch team trail 3 set points to 1 as we go into the third set of this bronze medal match, and Steve Vire is on the shooting line.
There we go.
Well, he shot an 8 at the start of the last set. He's got an 8 that I think will go to a measure at the start of this third set. Berg puts it on the X line.
That's the 5th 10 in a row for Chef.
Kim Woo-jin just putting it into the 9 by the looks of things. Oh, that is a stray one from Lee Woo-suk. Communication from him.
Yeah, he was just saying that the wind is blowing from right to left.
And I think he's right. The wind just did pick up a little bit, but it's dropped right off again now. And if anything, it's going left to right. So things getting a little gusty for the Koreans. And they've settled down for the second 3 arrows for the Netherlands.
He loved that one. He was nodding right away. He could feel that it was going right in the middle.
Well, I think that Rick van der Veen just held on a little longer there. He was just waiting for a little gust of wind. It has got gusty out there.
Still an amazing shot for Chef. I think just at the end there was a little bit of a hesitation. It has gotten gusty, and we'll see if this really affects their performances at all.
Well, the Dutch team have put this one out of reach of the Koreans, so we will be all square at the end of this third set. But again, the Koreans will want to shoot good arrows, and that's a nice 10 from Kim Woo-jin. As these 10s come out, it's worth noting that that little gust that only lasted for 60 seconds or so, blowing left and right, has completely gone away.
That looked like a very strong, confident shot. You could see he held his line right through and was pointing towards the target.
Well, the points will go to the Dutch team. Currently a 57 plays a 56. There will be a measure on the second arrow. First one from Rick van der Ven in that third set. So they could be marked up to a 58, but they've taken the points for sure.
Target 2. It's 10, 10, 10, 9, 8.
Well, there you go. Confirmation that that 8 is an 8, the one right at the top.
So, Chef, I just need to talk about him. He's one of the nicest guys in the whole entire archery community. He's done so well, and I think everybody's hoping for a big, successful break for him.
He's been shooting well this year. But so has Steve Viola, and you've got to say, Rick van der Ven is holding his own here in this medal match.
He has a lot of experience as well, and he's an incredible archer. All three guys are so strong, and like I said earlier, neither of these teams you really want to shoot against because they're so good. That was cute. Did you catch that little wink from Steve?
Knew the camera was on him. And the contrast in the two coaches, left and right, is quite incredible. A very vocal Pat Chusun, and quite a quiet and relaxed two-time Olympian Ron van der Hoff. The start of the fourth set. Korea to shoot first.
붙이면 내기 시다냐 붙이면은
Look, happy with that, but that's a really great shot.
No, he didn't. They're really putting the pressure on the Netherlands, but I think they'll respond right now.
What a call the bow from Steve Veier. Starts with a 10 and making a little adjustment himself. Rick van der Ven up on the shooting line. Held on to that one for a bit longer than perhaps we might think, and he makes an adjustment himself. Chef Vandenberg up to shoot third for the Netherlands. So a mini lead for Korea here. These three arrows could settle this bronze medal. Into the center. They have a point to play with here, but they're quite capable of a maximum 30 for their second three arrows. There's the second 10. A 9 is enough for Korea to put this out of reach. And it is a 9. A 58 is not a possible target for the Netherlands. And that has settled this bronze medal. It's a weird one for me, Vanessa, because now the Dutch still have to shoot their arrows knowing that the medal's gone.
And that's okay. I want the Dutch to finish strong and show everybody that they're tough competitors. They really, really gave Korea a run for their money, and I think it was an excellent match.
Well, a 10 from Steve Weyer to finish things off for them. And a 10 from Rick van der Ven. Time is running down there, and that's an X for Chef Vandenberg. They did finish with a flourish, but they knew that it had gone. Warm congratulations from the Dutch team for the Koreans. Kim Woo-jin, Lee Woo-suk and Lee Shin-yun have taken the bronze medal here at the Hyundai World Archery Championships of 2019. There is confirmation from the target judge. It was a really good match, high level and good performance from both teams, with the Koreans starting so well after a 7 from Steve Weyer. The points were shared in the first set before Korea took the lead, and then the Dutch fought back. But Korea, in the end, put it out of reach, and they are the bronze medalists in the recurve men's team. There, the Dutch team leading off. The bronze medalist, Korea. And it was an up and down thing for the Dutch. This 7 from Steve Weyer started things off, but then they fought back with 5 10s in that first set to level the scores.
I think that 7 was really just a sighter. I've heard that the finals field, you typically shoot arrows left in relation to the practice field.
But it was a strong performance from Korea in that second set. And look at the grouping here. A 10 from Kim Woo-jin, a 10 from Lee Woo-suk, and then Lee Shin-yun just getting into the 9. You could see the reaction there, but it was enough in the end to take the bronze medal. Lee Woo-suk there with the coach Pak Chi-sun in the background, delighted that they've beaten the Netherlands for the bronze medal. Targets being changed. Now it's time to find out who is going to take the gold medal and the world title in the recurve men's team event. We're going to see China going up against India. China ranked 5th after the ranking round, India 11th. China beat Australia in the quarterfinals before an impressive 6-2 victory over Korea in the semi-finals. India came through Chinese Taipei with a 6-0 win before their impressive semi-final win over the Netherlands. So we're about to see China and India shoot off for the world title. The crowd waiting in anticipation for this gold medal match, and so are we. Let's go down to the range to welcome the teams out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the recurve men's team gold medal match.
Well, China lead us out. They've got two 18-year-olds, Wei Xiaoxuan and Feng Hao in their lineup, and the 23-year-old Ding Yiyang. Well, they're going to get presented out to the crowd. And I'm also going to ask you one question. Is this a lineup for a gold medal match that you would have predicted?
You know what? I think I would have predicted maybe Korea versus Netherlands in the gold medal, but the interesting thing about this match is both countries were very dominant maybe about 10 years ago, and now both countries are actually starting to get much better in the recent years.
Trying to have some support in the crowd, and they go up against this team. It's India.
On target number 2.
Shooting on target 2 will be Tarandeep Rai, the 35-year-old, who got a team silver way back in 2005. Then the 22-year-old Pravin Ramesh Yadav and Atanu Das, the 27-year-old.
Representing India, Atanu Das, Pravin Ramesh Yadav, Tarandeep Rai.
Couple of salutes in there.
Yeah, Atanu Das and Tarandeep Rai actually have a lot of experience. Like I said, 10 years ago they were very dominant, and both archers were still shooting back then, and they were doing very, very well. I think they'll help their teammate calm his nerves maybe, and maybe they shared a little bit of their own experiences preparing for this match.
Yeah, a lot of support for them as well. High fives all around from the coach. It's a little different in the other camp.
There's Coach Lee Wang-woo again. He was a previously Korean national team coach, but now he's working with China, and he's definitely one of the reasons why they're doing so well in the recent years.
Well, here we go. This for the gold medal. China will shoot first against India.
Quick shot. I don't know if he was fully ready for that one.
Well, wider grouping than perhaps they would have liked. 26 out of a possible 30. So we hand over to India.
High shot. I guess it felt good for him, so he's adjusting the sight. Very quick, but confident, and I guess he doesn't have to adjust his sight at all because he feels good about it.
Well, they put youngster in the middle. Right, the most experienced of the lot. That was a really quick one.
I don't think he knew exactly where that was going to land, but sometimes luck is on your side in this sport.
Yeah, that was, you can see them talking afterwards. He wasn't expecting that at all. But they have got a 1-point lead. China find the center of the target. Wei Xiaoshuan follows up his teammate's 10 with a 9.
So I just want you to look at the point of his arrow when he's about to shoot. You'll see something just click right before he lets go.
Pulled that one out to the right, makes an adjustment ding. So a 53 set as the target. India have got a big chance to take the first 2 set points here. Good start for Das.
I think they switched their order for the second half. High 8, so Terendip Raya was actually the anchor, and Atanu Das was the first archer, so maybe this is just the order that works for them.
So they switched things around. It didn't work for them. 53 apiece. And there was a big opportunity there for the Indian team. And you're quite right. Pravin Ramesh Jadhav went third and fourth arrows.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens in the next end and see if maybe that's just how they decided to shoot the finals.
Well, let's see if they stick with that as we take a look back. Well, actually, we don't take a look back. We're looking at the Chinese team. Oh, here we go. Here it is.
So what you just saw there, that click right before he lets go of the arrow, it's called the clicker. All it really is a draw check. It makes you know that, it lets you know that you've drawn back the exact same distance, so the force behind the arrow is going to be the exact same every time.
And each archer sets that up differently depending on what they like.
Yeah, it depends on your form, it depends on your alignment, and you have to just make sure that you're able to pull through the clicker constantly, because then your shot will be consistent and a little bit smoother. If you stop before the clicker and then you try and just pull it through with a lot of force, your shots aren't going to be consistent at all.
Well, the Indian team had an opportunity, but they let it pass. And here we get all the adornments that we see these archers. They like to customize their kit, don't they, Vanessa?
I guess, and looks like, is that Captain America or a duck? I really don't know. Maybe it's because it's yellow and red for China. Those are bringing him some luck.
Well, I can't quite see whether what that was. I think it might be right. I think it might be a duck. There are plenty of them out on the canals here in this beautiful city. So all square in the gold medal match. China step up to the line to shoot first in the second set. On the line by the looks of things.
Great shot from Feng.
Gets the higher score. Ding Yi Yang, oldest member of the team at 23. Shoots third. And he's got it in the 9 as well.
So there was just a little bit of a loss of back tension right before he shot the shot, and that's just because if you lose that, then you sort of lose a little bit of force behind the arrow.
Well, that one's gone low. He's in the center of the target on the vertical, but needs to be a little bit higher. Right.
Oh!
Going low. This time the shot looked okay, unlike the first set.
Yeah, I didn't really see anything in that shot. It looked good to me, and maybe he's a little bit perplexed. He's shaking his sight, maybe wondering if something is loose.
Back to Feng Hao. An opportunity for China to put this one out of reach. The second set could be theirs if they score 55 or more. Very vocal
Yeah, Wei has a quick shot, and I think as long as he sticks to that and keeps the timing consistent, he's going to continue to shoot 10s.
Lovely. They found the middle of the target, finishing with 3 10s. A 58 is not a reachable target for India. They've lost this second set, but they'll use these arrows to hone themselves for the next set. And it looks like we've got a repeat of the order, with Jarav shooting the second and the fourth arrows, and he's put that one into the X-ring.
So I guess it just works for them. Different teams have different strategies, and I guess whatever is going to have the highest performance, that's the order that you want to have.
10. Good.
Scored as a 10. That looked a tiny bit low.
I do think it was low, and there's an asterisk around the 9 now.
That means it's going to go to a measure. Not that that's going to make any difference here. The set points are gone and are finishing with an 8. So not the 3 arrows they would have wanted, but the set was already gone. China go into the lead, but I still feel like this one is on a knife edge.
I do. The teams need to really dial in a little bit more, shoot more 10s. There's too many errors right now, and they're shooting a lot of 8s, which is quite uncharacteristic of a match like this.
Well, that third arrow from India was a 7, and it just was a bit of a weird one, wasn't it? Because he looked fine, but the response from China when the opportunity came was 3 10s from Feng Wei, and then Ding Liang just finishing it off, and it was a really fine finish to that set for China. And look how vocal they're getting with each other. They're you know, if you like, they're standing an inch taller in some ways.
Yeah, and this is going to give them a little bit more confidence for the next set, and you can see that they're quite relaxed. They're enjoying the moment, and I think they're a young team, but I'm sure we'll see more of them in the future as well.
Yeah, a bit more exuberance in that second set from the Chinese team, and it's worked for them. Complete contrast on the other side of the target. On the other side of the shooting line, where we see smiles and confidence here.
No, you can't see this on your... Well,
oh, there
you
go.
can see it on your screen.
There's a bit of head scratching, and you can see in the eyes of Atanu Das there. He's trying to stay focused as they'll shoot first in the third set of the gold medal match here in Den Bosch. Solid.
Eight high again. There's different reasons why arrows go high, and I guess he's thinking it's maybe his sight, because I guess it felt like a good shot to him.
The 27 set at the halfway stage by India. Now, China have dialed into the center. Their last 3 arrows were all 10s.
Oh! He felt that right away. He tried to push it at the last minute, but it just wasn't enough. And that looked like a good shot. Just like I said, Wei needs to keep his timing consistent, nice and quick, and make those shots very, very confident.
Ten will give China a mini advantage. And it is a 10 from Ding Liang. India need to find the center of the target right now.
when he shoots the fourth arrow. Every fourth arrow that he shot in every set has been a 10.
Yeah, so that order working for them. Rai shooting a 9, not bad. So Das goes first and last for India. He started with a 10 in this set.
Wow.
And he finishes with a 10. Strong stuff from Atanu Das for India. A 56 target set for them, but China can do this. That's a 9. Now, they can't drop any more points if they want to secure the world title in this set. There's an X.
Another
So,
good shot from
this is a big one. A 10 for the gold medal and the 2019 world title, all down to Ding for China. That's called a 10 from the coach, but that looked like it snuck into the 9. That's what the scoreboard says. A little bit of confusion there, but it looks like that is a 9. I think Ding knows that. Now what that means is they share the set points in the third set. The target for the win is 5 points, so 4, not quite there yet. Well, a 10 required from Ding Yang for the final arrow to take the title. Here it is, the concentration on his face clear to see, but I think he knew that was going to slip into the 9, just hitting one of the other arrows by the looks of things.
It does. I don't know if it looks like it was maybe a good shot, and I don't know. Sometimes you feel the difference between that kind of shot right outside the 10 and what's right inside of the ring. So
they're looking down the scope there just to check where it landed. I think that was is that Feng looking down the scope? Still confident. And like you say, I think he thought it was a good shot. I hit one of the other arrows.
Definitely could have, and it's a possibility. You need to check the arrow nocks and make sure that nothing is damaged, because when you get tight groups, that can definitely happen.
India are still alive as a result. They trail by 2 points still. They need to get all the points in this fourth set.
Oh!
Used up bags of time there, but recovered from a massive wobble.
So he just lost back tension there, but he tried to pull it back again, and he made the most of the shot.
But he's eaten up a lot of the time. And this is a long hold as well. He salvaged a 9 out of that. They are nervous, the Indians.
They can't overthink it. They need to just stick to their shots that they always shoot and repeat it, even in competition here.
Great shot from Rai. So nervy moments, but a 28 out of 30 is a good score. We switch over to the other side of the shooting line and see how China respond. They just have to match the Indian score to take the world title.
Wei has so much confidence. He's just shot 4 10s in a row, and I think he's very, very happy with his shooting.
10 from Ding. They've got the mini lead to the delight of the supporters in the crowd. Back to Jadav and India.
It's a long hold.
Time is going to play a big factor in these last 3 arrows for India. They're nearly down to 30 seconds for 2 arrows. Rai's got to get this one out quickly. And he does, but it's another 8. He has given Das a full 20 seconds though. Really could do with a 10 here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Just getting it out quick enough, but it's only an 8, and they've set a target of 52 for China. That is all China need to get the single point and the world title. Feng Hao. Line is more than enough. Over to Wei Xiaojuan. Staying calm and shooting another 10. Great stuff from Wei. Ding here needs just a 4 to take the world title. Solid, dependable, are just what they needed. China are the recurve men's team world champions of 2019. Solid, consistent and dependable. When India were all at sea and under pressure, they wobbled big time, but China capitalized and have taken the world title.
The name of the game here was really consistency. You can see China was much more consistent than India. India, on the other hand, had a lot of flyers, a couple of 8s here and there, and that's just too much, too many points to lose when you're shooting against a team like China. They were very consistent, had lots of 10s, and especially Wei, as a second shooter, he really, really pushed the envelope and had a lot of good shots.
Well, there we have it. Wei Xiaojuan, Feng Hao and Ding Yang are the recurve men's team champions of the world. Great stuff from them, and their coach, who's from Korea, Mr. Lee, celebrates with this very young Chinese team.
Very young, and I really don't think this is going to be the last that we're going to see them in a world championship. I think this is just the start again for China. They have lots of potential for deep talent, and I think with the help of Coach Lee, we're going to see that in the upcoming years.
It was an interesting match, wasn't it? A nervy start. Matching scores in the first set. Each team getting a 10. It looked relaxed early on, and this 7 was a big wobble. That was a big moment, and it was an opportunity for China, which they took gleefully with 3 10s. The third set, China didn't start with all that much confidence. They shot an 8 here, and he tried to pull that one, as you said, Vanessa, across to help it in, but the response was just incredible. That was the 9 when they had a chance to take it, when they needed a 10, but the last 3 arrows took them over the line confidently when India left the door open, and Ding finished it off. He needed a lot less than that, but he got the 8, and look at the crowd, they're really delighted, the Chinese fans at least, as they take the world title here in Den Bosch. Well, there's 2 things, isn't there, Vanessa? their opportunities come around all the time in archery, but it's how you respond to those opportunities, and China were just spot on, weren't they?
They were. I think they didn't really open the door for India. They were very consistent throughout.
Well, it's time to celebrate with them and the other medalists. Let's go down to the field of play for the medal ceremony.
The victory ceremony for the Recurve men team. Dames en heren, jongens en meisjes. Hier is de medailleceremonie voor de categorie mannen team Recurve. Medals will be presented by President of the International Olympic Committee and Olympic champion fencing 1976. De medailles zullen worden overhandigd door de voorzitter van het Internationaal Olympisch Comité en Olympisch kampioen schermen 1976, Thomas Bach. Gifts will be presented by World Archery President en IOC Vice President. De cadeaus zullen worden overhandigd door de voorzitter van World Archery en de vicevoorzitter van het IOC, Oor Erdene. Bronze medal representing the Republic of Korea. Bronzen medaille namens Zuid-Korea.
Well, they lost in the semi-finals, but picked themselves up. Led by Park Ji-sun, Korea have taken bronze here in Den Bosch. Lee Shen-young, Lee Woo-shuk there in the middle, and Kim Woo-jin on the left, receiving their medals from none other than the president of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, a medalist in fencing at the Olympic Games in 1976. And World Archery President Ugo Edna, vice in the IOC, giving out the strip waffles. Korea with bronze. Well, this team came in to these World Championships having won 5 silver medals at World Championships previously. They got a couple of bronze medals yesterday, the Indians. Never got a gold. That remained the same, but they've picked up a 6th World Championship silver medal here in the Netherlands. Tom Das, Pravin Ramesh Jadhav in the middle, and Tarandeep Rai on the right. It's his 2nd World Championship team medal, Rai, winning one 14 years ago, believe it or not.
Tarandeep Rai.
Looking a little pensive. I think it was more about their performance than the result. But this young team were fantastic. China have taken the World Championship title in recurve men's team here in Den Bosch. Ding Yi Yang on the left, Feng Hao in the middle, and Wei Xiaoxuan. They were absolutely superb.
Wei Xiaoxuan.
Well, they were absolutely brilliant in the final. China have taken gold in the recurve men's team event at the 2019 World Championships, and it's time to hear the Chinese anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athletes. Dames en heren, nog een keer een groot cheftalk, een bos applaus voor de top 3 van de wereld.
Well, there we go. Korea taking the bronze medal in the recurve men's team event here in Den Bosch. India with a silver medal. Disappointed with their performance, I think, but not the result. I think they'll be delighted to be collecting a medal here at these World Championships. But China on top of the podium, they were just great. And so young, Vanessa.
So young, and I think that's the key. They're so young and really just picking up their speed here. I think we're going to see a lot of them in the future, and their consistency and their confidence really showed in their match today.
Yeah, and that confidence can only grow given the fact that two of them are 18 years old and they're already senior world champions.
Yeah, they're senior world champions. I hope they continue to really just enjoy the sport, enjoy this moment, and make it a motivation for them to keep pushing harder for the future.
Well, at 18 years old, the pair of them teamed up with Ding, who's 23 on the left-hand side there. How many medals can they win?
It's weird to think that he's the oldest at 23. I mean, it makes me not feel too good about my age, but I'm happy for them.
If you're feeling old, take a look over the other side of the commentary box. They are a brilliant team, and hopefully you will get a chance to call their matches in years to come. A few grey clouds poking their head out here in Den Bosch. That's over this beautiful Gothic cathedral that was completed in the 14th century, been standing here in this city for all those years. What's the time, Vanessa?
It's about 12:18.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you enjoyed the competition.
The team matches are all done here in Den Bosch. But that's not it on Recurve Sunday. There's much, much more to come.
Fantastisch dat jullie erbij waren. We hebben genoten van geweldige sport.
We are getting some indication that we may well get a chance to speak to the Chinese team. That's why we're just hanging around here a little bit. But you can see the cloud covers just starting to come over here at the end of this morning session on Recurve Sunday. The crowd have had some exciting matches to watch. We were expecting some high scores. China did pretty well, but we haven't had a tap at a world record yet. But there is more to come here in Den Bosch. Well, I think the media duties are done, and we are going to get a chance to talk to the newest world champions here in Bosch.
Congratulations, guys. This is the first time China has won this particular world title. How are you feeling right now?
就恭喜中国第一次拿到这个世锦赛男团的冠军，问你们现在感受是什么样的？
非常荣幸可以站在这个世界锦标赛的最高领奖台上，然后现在可以对得起我的祖国，然后对得起国家对我的培养。
So he said he's very honored to be on the stage of the World Championship, and now he can. He's very glad he can represent China to win this honor.
This team is young and it's new. How were you able to win so easily?
他说中国这支队伍非常的年轻，问你们是如何这么轻松的拿到了这个冠军？
我们在日常的训练中很刻苦、很努力，所以会有今天的这种进步。
Because they worked really hard during their daily training, that's why they can win this medal.
World champion title. Did you expect this before you came to the Netherlands?
他说你在来荷兰之前有预期会得到这个奖项吗？
没有预期吧，反正就是每一天的比赛都尽自己的全力去做好自己。
He said he didn't expect that, but they just like devoted completely to every day's competition. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations.
Well, a very, very respectful Chinese team. They didn't expect to get the gold medal here, but they've been working very hard and they certainly shot beautifully in the final. So that's it from the team competition here. The men taking, China taking the men's gold medal and the world title in the women's team event going to Chinese Taipei. We take a look at the results here, the final standings, starting with the women. So Chinese Taipei with the world title, beating Korea in the final. Great Britain taking the bronze, beating China, third place playoff. And what about the men? Well, we saw China performing really well. India will be disappointed with their performance, but they'll be delighted with a silver medal for sure. And Korea beat Netherlands in a hugely competitive bronze medal match. So that's it from this session. We have completed the team medals, other than the mixed team, which starts our next session on Recurve Sunday, and then the all-important individual champions will be crowned here in Den Bosch. That's it for now. Thanks for joining myself and Vanessa. Do come back a little bit later on today for the next session of Recurve Archery.